spare time.
In 5, 4.
You be trying it.
You ready?
You be fucking trying it. That's like a countdown. Piss me off every time.
Are you ready?
Go ahead and do your shit, because you get on my nerves. Hey, everybody.
In 5, 4, 3.
I will fight you. I will fight you so hard. Like, I don't think you understand. Y'all know the cameraman, Barry Gordy, get on my nerves. Like, he always doing this weird ass countdown. And he don't give nobody a warning. But anyway, hey y'all. Welcome to the customer service support group. Y'all know who it is. It's your host, Lady Libra. AKA the Libra is Libra. Today, as you can see, I'm flying solo. And what are you doing?
What I do behind the camera is none of your concern.
It is my concern. I'm gonna start over.
Oh, God.
I am.
I was moving that so I could see to make sure everything stays what's it going to look like when you actually do the shit.
Oh. We gotta tell people things. But anyway, hey y'all, welcome to the customer service support group.
I'm taking a picture of you.
Hey y'all, welcome to the customer service support group. A safe space to talk about these customers and these jobs that don't care about us. I'm your host, Lady Libra, aka the Libra is Libra, and I'm sorry, y'all. We're having some issues with the producer over here doing random things and not telling me about it. Y'all know he get on my nerves. I say this every episode. So anyway, as you can see, I don't have nobody with me today. I'm flying solo today. This one is not going to be as long as the other episodes. I just want to get on here and I just want to talk to y'all a little bit. So I know when I come on here, I usually have someone with me and I interview them to talk about, customer service. I talk to them about previous jobs that they've had. I talk to them about what they're doing now. So what I want to talk about today is why I started this podcast. I started this podcast because I wanted to vent, right? I wanted to vent about stuff that's going on at work, and things that I've experienced. You can't do this at work. You can't, go to anybody and, talk about what's going on. Of course, I have a work bestie. Shout out to my work bestie. And I do have people that I can go to if I'm overwhelmed or overstimulated or whatever. Y'all know they always acting like EAP is the way to go. But nobody feels comfortable using that. But anyway, I started this event. And before I started the podcast, I've talked to people, several people, throughout my years of working in customer service. And everybody has a story. Everybody has experiences working in customer service. And it's like they tell you their story. And it's like, this has to be unreal. Like, it's something that you can't believe happened. And these companies just let it happen. I needed a safe space, an outlet to let that out. Because when I tell you, like, there are things that have happened to me. And I'm like, there's no way that this is real life. There's no way another human being is treating me like this. There's no way the company that I'm working for is allowing this to happen. Yeah, that's happened a lot. Even now, is so many things that we go through. And then not only the bad experiences, but the good experiences. I remember a couple years ago, I was working in a pharmacy. I liked the job. I liked most of the people. But it was hard working in a customer service field where I have to smile through everything and still watch the stuff that's going on in the background. Like, it was very hard for me to smile through telling a patient, like, oh, we have your medication, but it's $500 because your insurance isn't going to cover it. And they have to choose between buying groceries, and they have to choose between that and paying for this medication that's supposed to save their life. Like, I'm supposed to smile and say have a great day after I have to tell them that. Like, that's what I mean. Like, situations like that, it needs to be talked about. We need a place to vent, like a literally a support group where other people know what you're going through and they hear about different experiences and know that they're not alone. That's literally why I made this. So I tell y'all all the time, mostly at the end of the episode, but if you have a story, if you have something that you want to share, you do not have to tell me where you work, because as you can see, I never talk about my job, like where I work. I never mention the name. You don't have to either. You can write in your story. You can send me an email, CSSG podcast at gmail.com. My DMs are open for customer service stories. Um, on TikTok. Barry going to get on my nerves back there. But you can hit me up on TikTok, CSSG Podcast, on TikTok, also on Facebook, on IG. You can watch the show on YouTube. You can watch it on, well, you can't watch it on Spotify, but you can listen to it. But anywhere that you listen to your podcast, and like I said, if you have a story, if you have something you want to get off your chest, like I said before, I don't trust EAP. I really don't. I'm not trusting anybody that I have to talk to through my company. I'm just not, especially with the way I be wanting to vent. I be wanting to cut these people out. Oh. And just in case you don't know, EAP, Employee Assistance Program, a lot of jobs have that, where if you're feeling overwhelmed or if you need services, like if you need resources, they can help you connect to those resources. Like, I know recently I was able to find a lawyer. Don't worry, I'm not getting locked up or nothing. It was an accident lawyer. It was an accident lawyer, but they can, connect you to that. They can also connect you to like a therapist. They also have people that, even if you don't want to talk to a therapist, they'll just sit there and talk to you if you had like a bad day or you had a really hard case or whatever, whatever it may be. They can help you with that. Most jobs have that. I will say, I know I never talk about where I work, but my job, I want to say they are really good at connecting you with someone. I would get connected to someone through EAP, but I will not use EAP's people. Like, I'm just not, because I just feel like somehow my boss or somebody's gonna hear about it. Like, I don't, I don't know. I don't trust it. They technically they can't do that, but it's just me. Maybe it's my anxiety. I don't know, but yeah, that's what this is. This is the safe space that I wanted to create. And I just want everybody to feel comfortable with talking about their experiences if you need that. And it's not just the bad ones. I've had really great experiences. Like, I know I vent about my old people. I know I vent about people being stupid. But I have some really amazing customers. I have people that that were my customers years ago that I still keep in contact with. Like, because we just built connections. And I love that. And definitely when I'm having a hard time, I think about those connections and those people that I met. And I think about, okay, it was worth it. Like, and you need those moments. You need something to hold on to when you're in this field. I had someone, because when I started, like I said, I didn't start the podcast right away. I just, kind of searched for my group or my people to see, who was going through the same thing. And I had somebody ask me like, hey, why don't you just quit? Every job is customer service. Y'all know I have said this plenty of times. Every job is customer service. No matter what your job title is, you are trying to appeal to a customer. You are trying to get your product out, whatever it is. Like, you're trying to, get money from somebody. So, you have to sell it. Whatever it is, you got to do what you got to do. So, I don't like when Barry Gordy agreed with me. He was nodding his head just now. I just want y'all to know I'm not talking about like street pharmaceuticals. Like, but no, seriously, every job is customer service if you think about it. Elon wants y'all to buy them Teslas. So, I mean, even Elon is in customer service. He's in a way different bracket than we are. But anyway, you get my point. So, Yeah, the person asked me why don't I just quit. And then on top of that, I'm like, I don't want to just quit my job because no matter what job you have, especially when you're on the level that I'm on. Like I said, I'm not on Elon's level. I'm not up there. I'm here. Like I'm down here. So even if I left my job, I go to another one that's still at this level. Maybe a level higher. Maybe. Because of my experience now, but it's like I'm still dealing with the same thing, just different people. So I'm not just about to quit my job. And I think that's what a lot of people, maybe older people, because they're the only ones that say things like that. But they, saying that is just, I feel like that's crazy. Like there's nothing really that you can do. You can leave the environment, but you're gonna go to something similar if you leave. So that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Maybe you don't agree with me. Comment if you don't agree. Comment if you do. Like, just, let me know. But that's the way I see it. And yeah, like I said, this is just a safe space for people to be able to vent. Because sometimes you just got to get it off your chest. Sometimes you got to, I know I can't necessarily be on the phone with anybody and be like, what the hell is wrong with you? But I can come here and I can talk about, what happened and say, this is what I wanted to say. And it makes you feel better. Like sometimes you literally just have to get it off your chest to be okay. And to go back in there. Like, I don't know. I'm going to say it again. I have a work bestie. We've gotten to the point now where we don't even send each other a message like, hey, are you good? Like, can I vent real quick? We literally just put our problem in the chat and we respond, and that helps me through my day. Like, I don't know about anybody else, but that's how we operate, and it helps me through my day. I love it. So, some people don't have that. Some people literally are working, with other people, but they are still alone. They still, they can't talk about certain things. And it's not just the customer aspect either. People are in these jobs and they're doing everything by themselves with no help. Like, you can't call anybody to say, hey, can you show me this? Hey, can we do this together? Some people don't have that. That's another thing that I want people to understand. Like, yes, this is the customer service support group, but I also want it to be known that you can talk about your job too. Because I say it all the time. These companies do not care about us. They do not care. They are focused on the dollars that they are trying to make. That's it. My job right now tells me that I cannot hang up on a customer that is belligerent. If they threaten my life, I can't hang up. If if they ask me where I live or start talking crazy, like in anything, I cannot hang up on these people. They're telling me that I can't. And even before I'm in those moments where I'm dealing with people like that, I used to sit there and think, like, why is that a rule? Why is that okay? And at the end of the day, you realize it's because they want their money. If this person could potentially pay their bill, if this person could potentially pay a copay or whatever it is, they want you to keep them on the phone. So whatever it is that you have to deal with it. I literally had a meeting. I want to say this was like last week, 2 weeks ago, whatever. Had a meeting. We're sitting with the director in this meeting, and somebody vented and said, we basically get abused by these patients. Like, it's not a game. Like, they are getting nastier and nastier, and y'all know beginning of the year, insurance changes and all that stuff happens. So, we getting a lot of it. So the person vented and said, we're getting abused. And the director literally said, we're a call center. We should be able to handle that. Like, that was it. That was the answer. That's what I mean. These companies do not care. They care about their money. And I know I talked about why I started, but I want to talk about where I see this going. I don't do this because I'm a content creator. I don't know if anybody follows me on TikTok or anything else, but I say it all the time. I am not a content creator. I'm not. Shut up, Barry Gordy. I'm not a content creator. I am here to vent. I'm not here to be nobody's role model. I'm not here to be none of that. I'm just venting. I express my opinion. That's all I do. But what I do want to come of this, I want people to know that it's okay to talk about whatever it is that you're going through, and it's not a small thing. It affects your mental health. If you deal with somebody yelling at you all day long for 8 hours a day, for 5 days a week, that's 40 hours of someone yelling at you. Okay, let's take away, your break time, whatever. That's still 35 hours a week that you're getting yelled at and getting told, fuck you, bitch, getting called out of your name, all of that. That takes a mental toll on you. They tell us, every job I've had, they tell you, don't internalize it. Like, just, it's not you. Don't take it personal. I get that. But everybody has a breaking point. I want people to realize that. I also want the actual customers that we have issues with to know that we are real people. Like, they call in, they treat us like trash. And I don't know what they expect. It's like as soon as they call the number, they expect that we're going to be a robot, whether we're human or not. They expect that we're just going to take whatever it is they're dishing out. And they also, I feel like people, when they get like that, like when they call you and they're angry like that, I feel like they're doing that because they feel like it's going to be productive for them. Like somebody's going to do something for them. Like, oh, you get a free service because you called in and you were unhappy. This is not McDonald's, baby. It's not. I don't know about nobody else, but it's not the same thing. You go to McDonald's and tell them that, your burger was made wrong. They're going to remake it. They're going to give you a free burger. Like, go to Chick-fil-A, they might give you a whole meal. I don't know, but I've had that happen before. But this is not fast food. Like, the places where I've worked as far as retail, as far as the medical field, like, people call in with that same mentality. Like, oh, if I yell loud enough, they ain't going to have no choice but to waive this fee. Baby, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Like, and even, not even in those situations, like, even when I was working in retail, like, I had people come up to me yelling at me because things weren't on the shelf. How is that my fault? People literally want somebody to be mad at. And it's like, just like you got to this point where you felt like you had to yell at somebody and you had to go off. We are people too. We can reach our breaking point. There can be times where you might catch us on a bad day. Yes, we are told to leave things at home. Whatever happens at home or outside, whatever. But at the end of the day, we are people. If I get into a fight right before my shift and I can fix myself up, I can do whatever I need to do, start working and everything. But say, my ankle starts to hurt and I realize I got hit in the ankle, like, I'm going to be limping even though I'm going to finish my shift. Like, it's the same thing with your mental. Same thing. Like, you can try to put something out of your mind, but at the end of the day, you are a human being. Like, if something happens to trigger a memory, or if something triggers something that you did before, or something that happened before you got to work, you're not going to have a choice but to think about it. That person could be going through anything at all. You don't know. They're here to do their job. Just like you go to work every day, they are here to do their job. And 9 times out of 10, they are here to help you. Sometimes you have those nasty people. You have those people where they don't care about this job. They don't want this job. They're just here. They're not good at what they do. I get it. I get it. You've dealt with those people. But 9 times out of 10, the people that you call, the associates that you go up to in the store or whatever, they are there to help you. They don't want you upset just as much as you don't want to be upset. I don't know why that's so hard for y'all, but people for some reason don't understand it. So that's what I want. I want people that are on the outside, I want them to be able to get a glimpse of what we go through so that they can understand, oh, okay, I get it now. Like, I know that's not going to be, for everybody. I know people are going to be like, so what? Some people are going to be like, oh, okay, that's your job. I get that. But I just want some people to see what we actually go through. And then the last thing I want these companies to understand that you have to change. I put something online. I forgot what it was. I think it was a video of me talking about something that happened at work. And I literally had people texting me, calling me, sending me messages. And they were like, that's just how companies are. You just have to deal with it. Oh, you just have to do this, have to do that. No, absolutely not. We have to speak up. We have to speak up. We have to say something. Like there's no way that anything is going to change if we don't say anything. And I don't mean start a riot. I don't mean, go on strike or anything. But when we have these meetings and they tell you to be honest, be honest. Like, I'm telling you, like, you have to speak up. You have to say something in order for anything to change. Because if you don't, companies are going to keep saying, oh, well, this is your job. You have to deal with it. Like, that's never going to change if you don't say anything. So, I mean, I know some people out there can't really say anything, or, they don't really want to because their job might be on the line if they do. I know for me, I don't care. I don't give a good goddamn. Every time that survey comes around every year, I put everything on there that I want to tell. Like, and I don't care. And I know it's not completely anonymous. I know it's not. But it doesn't matter to me because nothing is going to change if I don't say anything. And that's fine with me. I'm not saying everybody has to be like that, but you have to start, even if you have to start small, just say something. Like, make it known that this is not okay. Because these companies, like I said, they only care about the money. And I'm not saying they gotta, like, deeply care about you and, have to make sure you ate lunch every day. But they do have to have some type of concern when people are calling you, cussing you out, when people are just acting crazy. They have to at least care and say, okay, we'll have someone step in. Or they'll get to the point where they say, okay, you can hang up on that person if they do this, that, and the third. Like, that has to be a thing at some point for everybody all the way around. Like, there's no way that y'all can say, like, oh, they might give us money, so we got to stay on the line. That's inhumane. That's crazy to me. Like, absolutely not. So that's what I want. That's what I want for this. I want people to talk about it. I want people to be able to breathe and vent. And then I want people to feel like they are brave enough to say something at work. Like I said, I'm not telling you to go all in and act crazy and yell and scream at your boss. I'm not telling nobody to do that at all. I'm just saying defend yourself. Stand up for yourself. I know for me, like, for example, when I'm at work, they tell me that I can't hang up the phone. Oh, I just get quiet. I'm going to be quiet until this person hangs up, because you're not going to yell at me and call me out of my name and do all that weird stuff and think that I'm just going to sit here and try to talk you down. And the sad part is I go through that. Like, somebody can call and be at a level 10 and I am able to talk them down. I'm able to bring them down to a 2. I can do that. Like, that's something that I can do. But some people you cannot help. Some people will not take anything that you are saying into consideration, even if you are helping them. All they see is what they see. All they hear is what they hear, and what they thought about while they were waiting on hold for you to take the call. Like, that's it. I'm telling you right now, I'm not the one. So I can talk someone down to a 2. I can talk them down to a 1. But when somebody is angry to the point where they won't calm down, you mean to tell me I have to stay on this phone and I have to deal with that? I'm going to be really quiet because they're not going to let me talk anyway. So I'm going to be quiet until they hang up. The other thing that I do when someone calls and they start acting crazy with me, I'm going to transfer that to a supervisor. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Like, you are trained to deal with this. I'm trained to deal with it, but only to a certain level. I don't get paid enough for that. I don't get paid enough to be abused. Now, I've had some strange calls. I've had some people that called in and, they flirted with me. And I'm like, I can see your medical records. I don't want nothing to do with you. But Barry go to get on my nerves. But anyway, yeah, they call in and they do like crazy things. I know we do. Like weird things that you just don't expect. But I mean, those things, most of the time I can deal with them. Sometimes I do have to be like, okay, I gotta transfer this call because it's getting weird. Even stuff like that. Like, that's another thing. People think like bad customer service experiences are people just calling and yelling at you, or people calling you out of your name. It's not just that. We deal with some very weird people. I've had someone on the line tell me that they want to unalive themselves. Like, we deal with a lot of different things and y'all don't understand that. And then it's like, after dealing with something like that, I got to deal with the next phone call. And I'm supposed to just act like nothing just happened because you're worried about the money. And it's like, that's not okay. As a human being, me myself, like, I'm too empathetic for that. If I have somebody on the phone and they tell me, that they want to unalive themselves, first of all, there are protocols for that, and I have to follow through with them and make sure that I have their address and everything. Somebody has to go to their house. I have to follow that through. But after I'm finished with all that, you mean to tell me you want me to take another call? I'm going home for the day, baby. I'm not about to stay here. Like, my mental is completely fucked up. Like, I'm not gonna be able to do that. But that's what I'm saying. These people expect you to be like a machine, and we just can't do that. That's not fair of these companies to ask of us. Like, we shouldn't have to do anything like that. That's not okay. So, I mean, it's up to you as far as your discretion, whether or not you want to say something. But I'm going to try to advocate for myself and for my other, customer service people as much as I can every single time, because it's important and we have to if we want to change anything. So that's literally why I'm doing this. So again, if you have a story, if you have something that you want to get off your chest, if you dealt with a job 5 years ago and something still bothers you to this day, tell me about it. Tell me about it. It might help to get it off your chest. It might help for somebody to read your story. If you want me to read your story on the show, let me know. If you just want to send it to somebody because you feel like talking, let me know that. But you can send that too. Like, we just need literally a support group, and that's what I've created here. And I hope that people can benefit from it. Like, I hope that people, even if you don't ever submit a story to me, or even if it wasn't something that you thought about at all, I hope that even seeing other people talk about different things that they go through and knowing that they go through the same things that you do, I hope that that helps you. That's really all that I want to do. Let people know that they are not alone. So that is it. And again, if you want to tell me a story, cssgpodcast@gmail.com. Again, my DMs are open for the stories on TikTok, IG, Facebook. Barry Gordy gets on my nerves. I wish y'all could see him. But anyway, yeah, let me know. But anyway, that was all I had to say today. I told y'all this wasn't gonna be long. It wasn't too bad. If you stayed to the end, comment, say something. But yeah, if you agree with me, comment. If you disagree with me, you feel like, oh, it ain't that deep. Like, you just do your job and go home. Let me know. But until next time, this was the Customer Service Support Group. Thank you for tuning in. Please remember, ask yourself before you call, is this really necessary? Or can I handle it myself? Thank you for calling the Customer Service Support Group. Goodbye.